Hey guys, another feral Gen Xer here jumping on that bandwagon. Stop picking on us. We didn't ask for a generational war. We don't want a generational war. Stop asking why we did things growing up. It was mostly to stay out of the way of the boomers. That's kind of the existence that we want, and we want to stay out of your way. We're just over here trying to live our most embarrassing lives. Ask my kids. Their eye rolls tell the whole story about embarrassment. I don't care if I'm in the grocery store, if I'm at the school, if I'm in the middle of my daughter's college campus, if I'm in the kitchen, if I'm in the bathroom getting ready. I'm going to grab whatever I can get a hold of and sing into it. I don't care if it's rolling pin, paintbrush, hairbrush, canned good. I'm going to live my best life dancing along with my tunes. Just give me the chance to be me. And we'll try to let you be independent too. So stop picking on us. We survived a lot. Growing up, we weren't allowed to come in and out of the house all the time. We had to go to a friend's house and play on the mercies of their mom if we had to go to the bathroom. Like, we knew running in and out meant that we were going to have chores because we were going to have to stay in if we came in too many times. We didn't come in and demand something to eat because we were hungry. We knew there were meal times. When our mom called us, it was probably time to eat. If we heard our first name, oh, hey, time to come in. Might be something good. Might be food. Might be a treat. If we heard our first name and middle name, oh, might want to pack a bag. Things are getting serious. If I heard my full government given name, all three names, I don't need a bag. I just need to run away. Man, can I crash at your house for a day or two? Because, things are getting real. My mom is angry. So, I don't want to go in and face that. We learned from that generation how to handle ourselves. So don't pick on us. We spent a lot of time eating government cheese and drinking out of water hoses. And, sometimes we didn't have the best life. I mean, if your parents weren't well off, you did different things. I mean, you learned to survive. Sometimes you lived in a car. Sometimes you lived in a camper. Sometimes you lived in a house. You took what you could get. If we ever went to the hose and there wasn't any water, we would yell in the window, "Hey, Mom, time to pay the water bill. The water's off." It would embarrass my mom so bad. I can understand it now, but our lives growing up weren't always the best. It made us tough. We sometimes had to go to the local spring and collect some water, and we would drink that. We would cook with it. We would heat it up on the stove to take baths with, to wash dishes with. That's when we were lucky enough to have whatever resources to supply the stove with fuel. We didn't always have the most luxurious life like you guys did. And I know some of you didn't. Some of you had it hard. And I understand that. And I appreciate that. Because you've known adversity like we have. I can remember washing my hair in laundry soap or dish soap, because that's what we had. We didn't have shampoo. And my mom would bring a cap full of fabric softener, a little bit in the bottom actually, and most of it was water, and that's what we would condition our hair with so we could brush it when things got tough. Sometimes we just didn't have food. I can remember going to grandma's because grandma always canned foods out of her garden, and she had a lot of canned goods. And they were farm folks, so they would slaughter a cow and a pig, and they would put it in their freezers. And so then they would share that with us when we needed it. So if we didn't have food, we'd just go to Granny's house. We would still be fed. Granny knew how to provide good food. And I can remember collecting cans in ditches. We would go, and it would be an exciting thing. I don't know if you guys remember, there used to be a deposit on bottles, and you get a nickel for a glass bottle. So if we would find a glass bottle that had 5-cent deposit on there in the ditch and it was whole, like that was good. Like back in the 80s when we grew up, 70s, we would do what we had to do to survive. We would take those cans and we would take those bottles and we would recycle them or turn them in for the deposit and we would get our money back. Or somebody else's money back, whatever the circumstance was. But, you know, things aren't always perfect. And we've learned how to survive through that. So just don't start a generational war with us. Have a nice day. Be kind. Have fun. Sing into your brush. Listen to the radio. Bye-bye.